Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ashley if you are new here. And I'm here to give you a little bit of an update. It's been a little bit since I posted. I did just post a clean with me video. I think it was my run day reset on Monday. And today is Wednesday, so I thought that I would go ahead and post this hopefully today if I can get it edited. And so I haven't been on here. Let's explain why. Let's explain what's going on with this pregnancy, and let's just kind of get us going. So, first of all, I have not been on here because my first trimester was a doozy. I was sure I was having a girl, you guys, because, or twins. I thought I was having twins. I thought I was having a girl. I thought, what in the world's going on with me? Maybe there's something wrong. Like, who even knows? Because I was so sick with this baby. Now, I've been sick with all of my babies nausea-wise, but I have not been this sick. Like, it was morning, noon, and night, all the day, every day, so sick, like, not able to move sick, like, need to go back to bed sick, and that is just not who I am. So I was very down, very bluesy, because I just couldn't be myself. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't keep the house clean like I wanted to. I could not cook like I wanted to. I couldn't be involved with the kids like I wanted to. We couldn't even do homeschool lessons like I wanted to. Like, I was just feeling like a failure at absolutely everything because I felt so sick all the freaking time, and it was awful. So now I've gotten out of that phase. Once I hit second trimester, I think it was literally like the day I hit second trimester, something just went off and I was like, I feel better, and I started feeling better. I don't know if it was like psychosis and I just coaxed my body into feeling what I was thinking, like second trimester, I'm gonna feel better. But anytime I've ever had any kind of morning sickness, I always do feel better my second trimester, and this was not any exception. So if you are new here, my name is Ashley. I have 4 boys already and a stepson as well. I have a 12-year-old stepson, and then a soon-to-be 11-year-old in just a couple of weeks, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and now I am pregnant with our baby number 5, baby number 6 total. And so it's my 5th pregnancy that I'm actually carrying to term. I have had 4 miscarriages back to back, and so 4 miscarriages between my 4th baby and this 5th one, and they were all very early losses. So one was at 8 weeks and the others were between 4, 5, or 6 weeks along. And so when I got pregnant with this baby, I was very, very apprehensive and terrified and nervous and scared and all of the bad things, because I just wanted everything to be okay. And so I will say that I can't even remember the weeks that I gave you an update last. I don't even remember what it is. I think I was still in the thick of it, of feeling really, really sick, not getting things accomplished very much. And so I was probably feeling pretty bluesy, but now I'm much better. My energy levels are much better. I am staying on top of housework. I'm getting into a routine. I think this routine is going to be amazing for our family to carry me through the newborn phase, because that's always a thing, right? Like, you get into a routine with your family, and then the newborn comes and it throws everything for a loop, and it's all different. And while I'm sure a lot of that will still be true and it will happen, I really do think that these routines that I'm setting in place now, and trying to set in place for homeschooling and things like that, are really going to help us when the baby comes. So I'm going to put in the baby announcement that we did for the gender announcement. I'm going to put that at the beginning of this video, and so you will already have seen that it is indeed a boy. So another boy. So this will be 6 boys in our home. Well, 5 boys in our home, but 6 boys all together, because Jaron does live with his mom. He is over here every other weekend and all school holidays and things like that. So we do get him quite a bit. We also pick him up every Wednesday for church, and so he's over here a lot. And actually, it's funny because his mom is actually pregnant as well with her 3rd baby, and it's a girl. So he has 2 sisters at his mom's house, and then he has soon to be 5 brothers over here. Her due date is, I think, about 2 weeks ahead of mine, and then we will have kiddos around the same time. So he gets all the sibling love, and I don't think he's that excited about it, but he's okay. So all my boys are excited about the baby. We have decided to name him Evander Lachlan Johnson. So beautiful. I love it so much. And we will call him Evander, which if it's anything like Alaric's name, we call him Alaric all the time. We just drop the A, and it will probably be the same with Evander. We'll just call him Vander, because for some reason 2-syllable names are so easy to say, especially when you're shouting at them, because you're frustrated with what they're doing. So we are doing very well as a family. We are doing very well as far as the pregnancy is going. We are very tired. We have been volunteering so much at church and doing so many different things. We've been very, very busy, and we're only getting busier in the months ahead. I think from now until the baby is born, we have at least 2 things going on per month, but sometimes more than that. Sometimes something once a week or even twice a week in a couple of months. And there's a gnat in here. There's always a gnat, because the gnats have been so crazy this year. And anytime you open the door or the window or the anything, they just come in. Anyway, so I am 23 weeks today. So 23 weeks, my due date is January the 17th. However, I am expecting to go before that. I always have, even if it's induction, like I've been induced for the first 2 babies, the second 2 babies, I went into labor naturally. But with the last 2 babies, I went into labor naturally earlier and earlier. So Alaric was 37.5 weeks and Jensen was 36.5 weeks. Because Jensen was 36.5 weeks, it happened with both of them that I had to be at 5 centimeters before they could help me along or help anything, do anything, give me any type of medication other than a Tylenol, like do anything at all. And I got stuck with Alaric for about 3 hours, where I was kind of on the cusp and not quite into the 5 centimeter mark. I got stuck with Jensen at 4 centimeters for 12 hours. So for 14 hours, I was in labor. No, it was 10 hours. So for 4 hours, for 14 hours total, I was in labor with nothing, and they couldn't help me along, and nothing was coming along. It was just so horrible. And I don't want that to happen again. So I'm going to try to hold him in until the appropriate time. So if I do go into labor naturally and I do get stuck, that I won't have to be stuck for hours and hours and hours. Now, I am all for natural birth. I'm for home birth. I'm for all of those things. Honestly, I feel like I know I could do that, but I don't know. Like at this point, I've just had this many babies and I have had epidurals. And so with Jensen having been such a hard labor, like I'm not planning for a natural birth. If it starts to happen, and it's happening organically and we're on that right path and I'm not getting stuck at the centimeters and I'm going with it, then I'm more than open to a natural birth. But it's not something that I'm adamant about. I was adamant about it with Jensen and I was planning on doing it. But once I was stuck for those 12 hours, or for those 10 hours, you guys, I was like so exhausted. I was laboring all night long. I had no rest between contractions. They were back to back to back and they were still not progressing my dilation at all. And it was absolute horror. It was so terrible. So I don't want to go through that again. So I'm hoping to hold him in. If I hold him in for that long, if I do 37 weeks, then it will be a couple of days after Christmas. If I do, we're getting there because my due date is the 17th. So if you can hear the kids in the background, they're saying their spelling words to each other. They're doing a little bit of homeschool work before we have to get ready for to go to church tonight, and so they're finishing up some homeschool things. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Now I will tell you, I can notice a difference between being pregnant at 36 years old and being pregnant at 26 years old. I was 24 when I was pregnant with Tristan, so that's when we got started. And I will be 36 in November. So by the time the baby's born, I will be 36 years old. I can definitely tell a difference. I get tired faster. I wear myself out quicker. I can notice a difference for sure. But it is I am perfectly healthy. My blood pressure is perfect. As far as I know, I haven't done my gestational diabetes test yet, so I haven't done my glucose test, but as far as I know, I have no issues with my sugar. Everything is on the up and up. It's all good, and I feel good. I just do get tired out quicker. So I am in the stage now where I'm starting to be out of breath extremely fast. So anytime I do anything, I mean, it can be switching the load of laundry from the washer to the dryer, and I'm out of breath, like I'm breathing hard. And it's just because I carry my babies so low. Like I started with Tristan. Tristan was very, very low from the very beginning. And so each of my babies is just in that little cubby space that they've all hollowed out in my womb, ready for the next one. And I just, where they sit, where the baby's weight sits, I just can't flipping breathe. And I know that's every pregnant lady, but it's just so much pressure with your uterus and all of the fluid that you have that you just can't freaking breathe. And that is becoming an issue for me. Like at church during worship and things, I do worship at church, and whenever I'm singing, or especially when I'm having to sing a particularly high song, which I have the highest range at church, and so they often stick me with the high songs, and so that means I have to use that diaphragm for all it's worth, and my lung capacity is just not that great. Like I get really out of breath. Luckily I also play keyboard, so I'm sitting down. That does help. Like it doesn't help my diaphragm stretch, but it does help with me like getting lightheaded and things like that, because I do get out of breath and get lightheaded very easily because I can't flipping breathe. What else do I notice? I also am super hungry all the time. I think I'm hungrier with this baby than I've ever been with any of them. Joshua was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen you hangry before, but this, if we were ever going to use the term hangry, this would be it. You're crazy with this baby. Like I get mad when I'm hungry. Like I need to eat now. And he often doesn't eat during the day, so he's used to like not eating during the day, and we're not, and I'm hungry and I need to eat now. I haven't eaten and I need to eat. So yes, I have noticed that. I'm of course having to get up and pee 50 million times during the night. That's been throughout this entire pregnancy, but it's starting to get to that point where it's all the time. I am suffering from some pregnancy insomnia. I go through that every single time I've ever been pregnant. I just can't rest. I can't sleep. I can't go to sleep. I can't stay to sleep. I often stay up later than anybody else in the house, and then I am just trying to go to sleep and I can't rest. I can't turn my mind off. I can't get comfortable. I'm getting to that point now where every time I roll over, it's a big old chore. Yeah, but I'm doing really well other than that. So 23 weeks, it's crazy. It seems so far away, but it is going by so, so quickly. And we have been so busy that things are going by quicker and quicker and quicker as the months roll by. So we will have a baby probably by the beginning of next year, but maybe a couple of weeks after that. We will just see how it goes, and I will try to keep you guys updated. I am going to be posting regularly as best I can. I'm really going to make that a priority. I really think that this cleaning routine and all the routines that I'm starting to implement that are working, finally I've found a routine that I'm trying to implement that actually is working for our family. I think that that is going to help me with my filming and my scheduling videos out as well. So I'm super excited to be joining you guys, and I hope that you join in the family, and we will see how this journey goes with the rest of this pregnancy and our birth story. I definitely want to share that with you guys, and then those newborn days. So let's just go along for the ride. I hope that you join me and subscribe. Definitely hit that like button so I know that you guys are liking the content I post. Definitely leave your feedback for sure. I can take it, good or bad, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.